Vietnamese and U.S. businesses sign major trade deals. And inflation remained under control for the first 2 months of 2025. Now this afternoon, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm met with Nate Franklin, founder and chairman of VTVgo Energy in the U.S. The party chief praised the company's practical and effective contributions and emphasized that Vietnam will continue to facilitate investment, including institutional reforms, to support businesses. He also urged VTVgo Energy to expand cooperation and investment, particularly in energy transition projects, and to enhance technology transfer and knowledge sharing with Vietnamese partners. Nate Franklin reaffirmed Vietnam's great potential for offshore wind power and committed to further invest in wind and renewable energy. Moving on to other news, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính attended the policy forum this morning themed Vietnam proactively develops the semiconductor and artificial intelligence industry in the new era. The event brought together hundreds of semiconductor and AI experts from world-leading corporations at the National Innovation Center. This initiative serves as a practical step toward implementing Resolution 57 of the Politburo. At the forum, the Prime Minister emphasized that science, technology, innovation, and semiconductor manufacturing form the foundation of the country's development. The government is committed to eliminating institutional barriers, which have long been a major bottleneck to foster growth in these sectors. At the same time, the country is developing a strategic infrastructure to support this initiative. Presided over by the National Assembly Chair Trần Thanh Mẫn, the Standing Committee continued its 43rd session this afternoon. On the emergency law, the committee called for a thorough review of legal documents and international treaties to ensure consistency with the civil defense law. Regarding the law on enhancing UN peacekeeping efforts, the committee urged clarity on personnel, funding, and support mechanisms, including special policies for peacekeeping forces. The 43rd session ended with 12 agenda items completed, with an additional meeting scheduled for late March to review pending laws and resolutions. The National Assembly Chair urged agencies to focus and prioritize preparations for the 9th session, set to open in early May. Trade relations between Vietnam and the U.S. continue to progress positively, aiming for balance and sustainable growth. On Thursday in Washington, D.C., Minister of Industry and Trade Nguyễn Hồng Diên, the Prime Minister's Special Envoy for Trade and Energy, met with U.S. partners and witnessed the signing of cooperation agreements between businesses from both countries.
On the morning of March 13th, Minister of Industry and Trade Nguyễn Hồng Diên met with U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer to discuss measures for a more balanced trade relationship. The U.S. side acknowledged that the trade growth between the two countries is complementary and poses no security risks.
The U.S. Trade Representative Office will promptly review Vietnam's proposals and discuss implementation plans with the Vietnamese side. Both parties agreed to continue working-level discussions to advance the proposed measures.
That afternoon, trade agencies from both countries witnessed the signing of 6 contracts and memorandums of understanding between Vietnamese and U.S. businesses in the energy and petroleum sectors. With a total value exceeding $1 billion, these agreements will create hundreds of thousands of jobs in both countries and contribute to a more balanced trade relationship.
We signed a memorandum of understanding with Petrolimics, where our two countries and our two industries will support Vietnam continuing to use more ethanol In the fuel supply, ethanol is beneficial because it keeps fuel prices lower, it's good for the environment, and it's good for domestic agricultural production and the rural economies.
The new U.S. administration is focused on trade deficits, and the signing of agreements for purchasing American goods is seen as a practical step towards strengthening bilateral ties. These efforts help deepen cooperation and promote a more balanced, sustainable trade relationship between the two countries.
Coming up next, Hanoi intensifies efforts to tackle air pollution. And later on, inflation remained under control for the first 2 months of this year. Welcome back to today's headlines. The Hanoi Municipal People's Committee, in collaboration with the Vietnam Academy of Science and Technology, held a workshop on urgent environmental protection issues in the capital on morning. Among Hanoi's pressing environmental challenges, cleaning urban rivers and addressing air pollution remain top priorities. While various measures have been implemented, experts argue that they are still insufficient. Hanoi will draw on significant insights from domestic and international experts to develop and implement effective strategies. After this workshop, the Department of Agriculture and Environment and the Hanoi Institute for Socio-Economic Development Studies will be tasked with conducting further research and proposing concrete solutions. The first 2 months of this year coincided with the Lunar New Year, which was a time when prices increased the most in the year. However, due to the stable market economy and the government's reasonable and realistic price management policy, the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, remained under control.
This woman often goes shopping for essential household goods. She believes that the prices of goods in the supermarkets are almost the same as outside and do not fluctuate.
I see that prices in general have not increased compared to a few months ago. Many items are even cheaper on promotion.
Compared to before the Tet holiday, essential food items have remained at the same price.
In the first 2 months of 2025, although the price index of some service groups increased, the price index of transportation, education, and telecommunications decreased, causing the average CPI in the first 2 months of the year to increase by only 3.27% compared to the same period last year. The 2% VAT reduction has also helped to stimulate consumer demand and stabilize the prices of many goods.
Reducing taxes and input material prices helps businesses reduce fixed costs, thereby reducing product prices. This helps increase the competitiveness of the business itself.
We always have plans to ensure a stable supply of goods. We can ensure that product prices do not increase for consumers.
Fierce trade competition leading to increased import costs and fluctuating exchange rates are factors creating inflationary pressure on Vietnam's economy this year. To keep inflation under control, price management policies are needed so that Vietnam can achieve its growth target as planned.
Moving on to other news. Since the Lunar New Year, Lee Sơn Islands has become bustling as mackerel appears in abundance. Hundreds of fishing boats from Quảng Ngãi and neighboring provinces are heading out to sea for fishing. At Saki Estuary from early morning, boats full of fish have docked one after another. Traders have also quickly bought up the fish, and refrigerated trucks have been continuously transporting them for sale. Mackerel weighing from 2 to 5 kilograms are sold right at the wharf for 120,000 Vietnamese dong, or nearly $5 per kilogram. The annual Sông Đốc Nghinh Ông Festival, also known as the Whale Worshipping Festival, opened Thursday night in Sông Đốc Town, Cà Mau Province. Now, this year's theme celebrates 100 years of formation and development of this national intangible cultural heritage. The festival is organized at a provincial level, aims to honor the spirit of safe sailing and promote tourism opportunities. A key highlight of the event is the whale procession at sea, which took place today. The procession reenacts the traditional ritual of fishermen welcoming the whale god and conducting worship ceremonies at the whale temple. Daitian Festival 2025 opened this morning at the Daitian National Special Relic Site, Tam Dao District, Vĩnh Phúc Province. The festival is organized with a ceremony and a festival with many attractive cultural, sports, and tourism activities. The highlight is the participation of the festival drum performance and the Daitian goddess ritual, thereby contributing to a vivid portrayal of the cultural identity of the ethnic groups. At the festival, there is also a trade fair displaying local Oka products, introducing traditional handicrafts and famous local agricultural products to visitors. The Daitian Festival is a symbol of traditional cultural beauty, while fulfilling the people's spiritual and creative aspirations. And up next is the weather forecast. And that's the end of today's headlines. To rewatch our program, you can download VTVgo on our mobile application or visit our YouTube channel, VTV4Go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.